Well, what's up again there, guys? Brian here, D3 Topics Gamer, here to share with you a somewhat different type of video that I've done in the past, but I haven't done too many. And as some of you, actually I would say probably none of you probably know, but here in Vegas for this weekend, we had this kind of somewhat big convention that came into town called Lvl Up Expo. This is my first time going, but apparently they've been doing this for like several years, and I just discovered it now, and I decided to go to it for about one day to see what I could end up getting myself into, or if there was anything there I wanted to pick up. And yeah, I gotta say, it was quite an adventure, and I just want to do a quick little video just kind of sharing my overall experience about things I did, what I saw, and what I ended up actually picking up at the end of the day. Now, if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you're new to the channel to give this video a thumbs up if you happen to like it by the end, and please do not forget to press that subscribe button because it is getting us closer to our end of the year goal. We are actually growing the channel a bit faster than I had expected, so who knows what will happen, by the end of the year if we actually manage to reach our primary goal, which I know if we end up doing, I know a lot of people are going to be excited. So, the expo actually took place at the South Hall of the Las Vegas Convention Center, which I personally have never actually been to before. It is a much bigger building than any of the previous conventions that I've been here in Vegas, so I was actually quite a bit surprised by its size. Parking was an absolute nightmare, and to top it off, it was actually raining all day, so a lot of people were a little bit concerned. Luckily, it kind of went on and off as the day went on. But I have to admit, my experience towards this expo kind of started on a little bit of a negative note, because here's what happened. I mean, I fixed it, so it's not a big problem. But, okay, I typically do not like to wear my Air Jordan Retro 1s, and these particular pair, I've had these for like 3 years. This is the first time I've actually wore these outside, and within about an hour they got dirty. Mud got all over the front of it. So I was kind of pissed off. I was like, are you kidding me? I've had these for 3 years. I take them out, wear them for the first time, and they get dirty. Luckily, I had cleaner on me that I just so happened to keep in the car, so I actually ran back and cleaned them. Sadly, there's still a little bit of a dirt mark. So I'm kind of pissed off by it. Like, I'd have to get really, really thorough to clean that off, but it's not noticeable. A little bit of a crease because I did wear these for like about 4 hours. I was only there for like 3.5 hours, and it took like about 15-20 minutes to get from my car, which was in like just this labyrinth of cars, in order to get to the actual convention itself. But that wasn't a bad thing. Now, when I actually entered the actual convention center itself, I was actually taken back at just how many people they were there. I mean, I'd been to E3s, and I've been to PlayStation Experiences, and I went to ToyCon last year, but this was a lot bigger. I felt like in size. It may not have been bigger in terms of actual size of the location, but in terms of how many people were there, it felt a lot more cluttered. I saw more cosplays there than I've ever seen anywhere. I mean, ToyCon was fun, but there was a general focus on toys, so you wouldn't have expected to see too many of those. But this one combined several different cultures, from gaming to anime to technology and even other things. So there was a wide variety of cosplays and a lot of gender mixing. And let's just say I saw some things that I was a little bit shocked about. Maybe not too much disturbed, but I kind of had to pause and be like, wow, you actually pulled that off? Not in a bad way, but just like I'd never seen anything like that, so I was taken a bit aback. The venue was actually pretty well structured. There was like a section for card games. There was a section for paintings. There was a section for figures. There was a section for gaming. There was a section for esports. There was even I believe 2 main sections where you could actually go up and have specific people, voice actors or cosplayers, sign your stuff. It was pretty well organized. There was several arcade cabinets. There was definitely some old school retro gaming places. There was definitely some retro buying sites. There was ton of plushes, but several scrolls, several weapons, which I actually did manage to pick up one. I would say for like the first 2 hours I was there, I was kind of quiet. I just kind of went around and took some footage. I didn't get really too many pictures of myself because I was there by myself, and it's kind of hard to do. And you don't want to just hand your phone off to a bunch of random people. There weren't too many cosplays I saw that I want to get a picture with personally, but I will say that I think the next time I go to one of these, I think I feel confident enough that I actually want to give it a try. There's currently 3 different cosplays, serious ones, not cheap ones, that I'm actually currently building. One of them is a little bit expensive, but I think that's the one I'm going to go with first. And for those of you that do follow me on Instagram, you probably already know what it is. And as of right now, I'm currently working on the jacket. Everything else is kind of come in the mail already, so I just need to get the jacket, and I should be able to give it a try. Comic-Con's next month, but I don't think I'll do that one. I'll probably do one that's probably a little bit later on in the year when I can find out which ones are coming to town. Now, once I got in contact with a couple of work friends of mine who are also going, and once we kind of partnered up, things got a lot more fun, and I actually did end up buying some stuff. It was a very, very fun experience. It was just a great atmosphere. If you have not been to any of these type of conventions, I really think you should go. You definitely get a pretty interesting experience, but in a very, very positive way, just to kind of see just how much, like I've always thought I'm kind of alone here in Vegas, but to go to one of these expos and just see just how many people are in the city that are actually into the kind of stuff that you are in, I have to admit, is a pretty happy experience. Now, to go into the things that I bought, I tried to stick to a budget, and I was doing really, really well. Sadly, we went a little bit over it, but let's start off with the first thing I ended up getting. Now, the first thing I ended up getting was actually a Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta power-up figure. And believe it or not, the voice actor who actually does Vegeta was actually there, but I think I'm probably going to try to get him to sign this the next time he's in town. But this one actually glows in the dark, and believe it or not, there were only 3 booths that were giving out figures like this, and I actually bought the last one at one of them. I think the other 2 had ones, but they were slightly different from this one. But I thought this was pretty awesome. I will be adding it to my collection, and I will absolutely be looking to get it signed next time the voice actor is in town. That's definitely going to be a primary goal of mine. And I will say, some of the prices to actually get some of these voice actors to sign some future stuff was, no offense, I think it's just a little bit ridiculous, especially for the amount of time that they were actually there. Now, the second thing that I actually ended up getting was probably like something I didn't anticipate on getting, but once I saw there was an opportunity to get it, and once my friends there actually helped me get it, I was actually quite happy about that. And some of you who saw me on Instagram saw this, and I was really happy to show it off, but here it is. But I actually ended up picking up a sword, which I was actually quite happy with. And for those of you that don't know what this is actually the Yamato, or Virgil's Yamato from Devil May Cry. This is, for those that have been watching my channel, by far my favorite Devil Arm. Virgil is my favorite Devil May Cry character of all time, so once I saw an opportunity to get his sword, I just could not walk out of that building without it. It actually ended up costing a little bit more than I had, but as I said before, my friends actually pitched in and helped me, so if they see this video, thank you for helping me getting this. I'm just ecstatic. This guaranteed that I was going to walk away out of that expo a very, very happy person. However, now that I've had a chance to just observe it a little bit, this is actually pretty well done. I mean, I would say, even the patterns on the blade itself are correct. However, looking at it now, there's sadly a tiny design flaw that I'll probably have to fix myself. Some of you guys aren't aware of this, but the actual handle, the handle itself, everything's, that's perfectly fine. The butt's fine. It's got the right design. Even the sheath is fine, and this is the proper size. Problem is, if you actually look within the leathering, this is supposed to be black. It's not supposed to be all white. So I'm figuring I'm probably going to have to take a marker and be very careful and color that in black. But it is kind of distracting. I've looked at several models of the Yamato, so that's just something I instantly notice from the front. And from how much I paid for it, I'm surprised that that flaw was even added. But I am happy. I'm just going to make some tiny modifications, and Heck, I might even add this to one of the 3 main cosplays I'm working at. So there's that. Now at that point, when I got the sword, I had pretty much gone to my budget. However, for those of you who, again, see me on Instagram, there was something I saw there that once I saw it, the fact that it was the last one there, I could not walk away. It was expensive, but I just could not leave it there. And it was the last one. And that is this Lugia plush from Japan. Love Lugia. Lugia is, without question, my favorite legendary Pokemon. And he's my second favorite Pokemon behind just Chikorita. And this was about like 40 bucks. And I could not leave it there. And it was on like the top. It was like on this big shelf. It was at the top. It was like sitting all by itself, and it was kind of looking down at me. And it was like, and I was like struggling, trying to resist it, but I couldn't. So I'm happy I got this now. Very happy. I don't care if I'm almost 30. Love Lugia. And that's sorry, where the hell did that come from? I hope I don't get sick. Oh shoot, now my voice is kind of messed up. Anyway, that was pretty much a summary of my overall experience. What do you guys think? Again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And like always, thank you guys for watching. I had a fun time at this expo. I will definitely be going to more conventions later on in the year and get more footage and share my experiences at those. Like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I will see you next time.